Welcome back, guys. This is the Brothers Geek Out podcast number 91. Highlights of 2019. Big shout outs to everybody that we caught up with this year. Shout outs to G-Man in Singapore. He did his worldwide tour as well. Well, around Asia anyway. What's happening, G-Man?
Yep, all good, man. All good. I can't believe we're at the end of 2019 and we're doing highlights. It's been a crazy year. But looking forward to kind of sharing that with everyone.
No, same here. Definitely. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel and you like the content you see, make sure you click on the subscribe button, guys. It helps out massively. It makes the channel grow. Click on the like button. Click on the dislike button. Click on that notification bell. That's so important. It lets you know that if you're already following the channel, it'll let you know every time we upload the trailer reaction or our podcast come up, basically. This year as well, guys, I'm starting something fresh. And I'm going to be moving on to Twitch. I'm going to do back to basics. So I'm going to do a lot of artwork and I'm going to show people my progress and learning new things as well. So learning, teaching, and just kind of sharing that knowledge with you lot. But yeah, this video, man, 2019 highlight. It has been an interesting 2019. Where do we start, bro? Where do we start?
Man. Why don't you go through some of your highlights for the year, and then I could go through some of mine, and then maybe we could do movie highlights, best movie, our favorite movies throughout the year as well.
No, definitely.
Cool. Before anything, was there any geeky news that we should quickly go out with? Quickly mention?
So we did guys, if you are watching this video before our video, we did a therapy sessions on Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker and The Mandalorian, so that's on there as well. Make sure you're following our journey on Instagram, Qibla Ahmed Art, and I'm on Facebook, Qibla Ahmed Art, and then follow G-Man on Instagram, Gilman187. I think that's about it, really. I think we've spoken about a couple of things. I think nothing major has come up. Let me quickly scan through. My Qibla Ahmed Art page on Facebook usually has movie news and comic book news on there. Let's see. Happy birthday to Stan Lee.
Happy birthday, Stan Lee. Salute.
Hope you guys had a good Christmas, and the New Year's is coming in a couple of days, so have a wonderful time. Be safe. That's the main thing. I know Justice. So basically, Hot Toys released the collectible for the Henry Cavill Superman from Justice League, which looks pretty decent, but Ash has told us some things that have happened. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. Ryan Reynolds confirms he's doing Deadpool 3 at Marvel Studios, so they're working behind that.
Sick.
Looking forward to that. I've got a giveaway on my Twitter, so you guys go check that out. I'm giving away some sketches. I'm going to pick a winner tomorrow. Ghost Rider reported now to be confirmed to enter the MCU. Now, I'm looking forward to that. It's depending on who plays the role. But yeah, that's yeah. What do you think?
Yeah,
bro?
I thought I heard they were gonna get the same guy from Agents of Shield, because apparently that Ghost Rider was great, and I remember seeing a few episodes of that Agents of Shield with the Ghost Rider, and it was actually pretty good. So
cool.
Maybe it might be him again, but I think Ghost Rider needs to be in an R-rated movie. I think like with the Punisher or some shit like that.
Definitely. Shout out to John Favreau for giving us an instant classic, The Elf. Deciding to make a comic book movie that launches the MCU, and then to give us a live action TV show with Baby Yoda and fucking Mandalorian. Awesome guy. I've been watching The Witcher. I finished that off last night as well. Great show. Henry Cavill is awesome in it. If you guys haven't seen the show, check it out. It's on Netflix, so that was a good show. That's about it, bro.
Alright, cool. I'm still watching The Witcher. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
I've also, for some reason, went through Daredevil Season 3 again. That show's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this new one called, it's got Forrest Whitaker in it, called The Godfather of Harlem. Based in, when was it? Based in the 50s or 60s? I think 60s or something.
Okay.
It's around the time with Malcolm X and whatnot. I just saw Forrest Whitaker and I was like, he's awesome. So I was checking it out. It's pretty good. It's based on a real life character and some real life scenarios, but then some of the stuff is made up and dramatized as well. But yeah, it's something to keep me going throughout the next couple, until next shows come out. So yeah, check that out, I guess.
No, definitely will do. Definitely will do. That's a main thing. So I'm just actually going through my Instagram page right now, and I'm just gonna pull out some highlights of 2019. First shout out goes to my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little girl, Alara. She entered the world January as well. She's gonna be 1 year old, bro. Can't believe it, man. And
It's
little
crazy.
girl's just walking everywhere, and she goes Abu, Abu, Abu,
Oh,
Abu.
man.
But she's at her nan's now, and I miss her like crazy. I'm gonna go see her this evening. They're there for the weekend, but she has shown me what my parents went through as I was a baby, and the shit we put them through as kids. A different type of love as well. It's an unconditional love. It's hard to explain, Now, I'll be in that same thought about like the Punisher, man. Like if anything was to happen to my family, man, I'm taking the law into my own hands. Anyway, I'm not saying it like I'm just saying that kind of love it's uncontrollable. You know what I mean? But it's a blessing in disguise. She's developed so much, and it's weird. You've seen these kids like Idris. That kid is so smart, man. He picks up on things so quickly. He walks so quickly. He's so strong as well, bro. Like it's unbelievable. And it's the same thing with Alara. Her legs are so strong. We had a difficult time at the beginning. You know what I mean? I think every pregnancy is different, and wifey went through a lot as well, and it put me through the toll as well. Another highlight of 2019, the house. Finally got there. Still in progress, but it's getting there. Not even curtains, man's got some next thing up here on the curtain so nobody can see what's going on. So still in progress. That's one of my highlights as well. I mean, even though that was bought in 2018, it went into 2019. I think the hardest part for me, and I'll share this as a highlight as well, because it does take a lot of mental strain, financial strain, family, friends, relationships, you know what I mean? When you're having a kid and working on a house and doing all sorts, like, you're going to be down at your lowest, you're going to be down at the lowest. And I think this year has made me so much more stronger mentally as well. Sometimes, yes, everybody keeps saying, I say to myself, shit, man, I'm losing, but I'm here, alhamdulillah, you know what I mean? God gave me the strength to keep pushing forward. My family have helped out, you guys have helped out. And I'm still doing bits and bobs, so that's another highlight as well. But yeah, little Alara, man, she absolutely, she's my heart, man. She's my jewel. She's jewel in my heart. Other highlights, shout out to the We Speak Geek group. We Speak Geek. Guys, make sure you check our content out on We Speak Geek on Instagram. Shout outs to Luke Bug, the Geek is Still, Tasman, the Aspiring Kryptonian, and the Mind Stone, which I can't expose any names about that, or he's going to snap me out of existence. But the Mind Stone, we've had some really cool adventures, which is absolutely awesome. So getting to see screeners of movies, getting to meet people, and just having a good time, man. Good time. Let's see what else I can find. Meeting Robert Rodriguez, that was another one. Beginning of the year, director of Battle Alita, that was absolutely awesome. He directed Desperados, From Dusk Till Dawn, another classic, awesome director, which is always quite inspiring. My nose is going, man. I think I'm coming now with something. I had my first Comic-Con. That was one, bro. My first ever Comic-Con. Getting to sell my artwork and getting to know people as well, which was absolutely amazing. It was the Anime Con. So shout out to the guys at Anime Con. I always had my doubts about my artwork. I think I've slowed down dramatically only because of having Alara in the house, but I'm getting back into things, and I'm getting the office, the studio. I'm going to call it the studio. The studio. The Geek Tower is coming together. This is the second one, which was really good. And yeah, it was lovely getting to meet new people. And saying that, I got to meet somebody who did the voice of The Witcher from the game. His name is Doug. I met him, so he's another guy I met. So far, this journey I'm only in January. Can you believe that? A lot has happened. I think moving on. I think it was, when was it you came down? Was it February, March?
March. Yeah, March.
So we had an epic adventure together. I got Gilman a ticket to go meet the cast of Shazam at Forbidden Planet. So that's another highlight, I got to say, because G-Man got to go meet them lot and shake hands and get a comic book signed for me. And then we went to the premiere, which was kind of like the screening, and everybody was there. It was actually quite a nice day, really nice day. And I got to meet Zachary Levi and Mark Strong from Shazam as well. Shout out to the We Speak Geek crew again. Moving on swiftly. Aquaman. I know that was something from last year, but it came on again this year with the release of Aquaman on Blu-ray and DVD, and we got to do this fun thing where we did the watch along and everybody's watching, and my name was in the trailers and shit. I'll never forget that day. That's the geekiest thing to have ever happened is to have my name against a fucking comic book movie. That's eternity, bro. That's eternity. That's something that's gonna be for life, man. My little girl gets to see that and be like, Dad's name was on that. I don't have to be in it. Dad's name was on that. Like that's happily ever after, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's a legacy there. Like I love this stuff. We love this stuff. To see the Ahmed's name up on there, it's mind-bogglingly proud moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was exciting. Here we go. I think Avengers Endgame has to be a highlight as well, bro. That for us, fucking hell. I think that alone is a highlight because we got to follow them on their journey and come to a conclusion which was heartfelt, man. Fucking barlin'. That was another one. The tearjerker, man. Shout outs to all the Comic Cons that I go to. So I went to quite a few still. And I got to meet all of these amazing artists. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I think my main artist was George Perez, who did the Infinity Gauntlet artwork. So was really happy to get to meet him. That was actually really good. George Ramirez, who's another artist for DC who does a lot of Superman and Justice League artwork. Bob Gell, Rob Liefeld. Bob Gell is the producer and writer for Back to the Future. I got to meet him, which was absolutely amazing. That's my geek out thing, Back to the Future. Rob Liefeld, artist for Marvel and DC and Image, an amazing artist. Great character as well. Still going. Alright, I'm getting there, bro. There's too many moments.
Go through them, man. Go through them. That's why we're here, man.
There we go. The Joker. That's another event as well. Another movie. And my artwork came back as well. You know, I did that sketch of the Joker on my iPad. And I've started to get into love with digital artwork. As much as I love my traditional artwork, I think I've excelled in different ways. My goals were different this year because I had to concentrate more on the house and Alara. But I'm slowly getting back into it and it's been inspiring. What else, man? My little girl reading books upside down. That's another highlight. She loves looking at books, bro. Like when we have dinner, when we have something to eat, or when she sits there, she picks up a book. That's such an amazing thing. I love that to bits. I said George.
I have to say that Iron Man digital sketch you done was really good, man. And I saw that getting shared around a lot by a few different people.
Yeah.
So that was really good, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorites. And that was weird because that was Christmas Eve at Mum and Dad's house. I was just sitting there and I was like, you know what? What was like that grabbing moment for me this year? And it was that fucking scene, bro, man. Because he's like, you know, that scene was so fucking good, bro. And I'm glad because I know originally the Russo brothers.
That image you done was really good. It was like very vibrant in colors, but very relatable to the scene, very relatable to the Infinity Gauntlet, like the colors and the I don't know the right words, but just the way it was drawn was and animated. It was brilliant, man. It's fucking really good. Like you look at that picture and you're like, oh shit, Kibler drew that. You know what I mean? It's kind of unreal as well to just be like, oh shit, my brother drew that. Like.
Yeah,
and I don't know how long it took you, but it was really good. That was a really good picture.
There's a couple of hours. I was just sitting there. We're watching Die Hard, and I just was just drawing. I was like, I need to pick a scene. And I was looking at Robert Downey Jr.'s face, and I was like, I want to get into more lifelike drawing. That's one of my goals next year. I'm going to do more lifelike sketches so people look like the characters, you know what I mean? So that's one of my missions. So that's a highlight as well. That was a nice Christmas sketch there. Another highlight, George came to the UK, which was really good. Got to chill with him as well. When I met him 5 years ago in fucking Hong Kong, and now suddenly, he's in London as well. So it was nice time to chill with him. Another landmark and highlight would be getting the house ready, moving in. The past 3 months we got in, like we're still working on things. Like after this, I'm still gonna work on something before I go see the little one, and then getting the office set up is another highlight. It's a place I could be creative, It's helped out massively. The Mandalorian, shout out to The Mandalorian, best TV show of 2019. And you know what, bro? Let's finish off the last one, yeah? I'm gonna do fucking meeting Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
Kevin
that's
Smith.
awesome.
Fucking hell, what an awesome human being to be around. Like, he's up front and very truthful, and I love the way he is, and he loves everything, and that's his thing. You know what I mean? I genuinely think that was such an epic moment, man. I remember that day, man. Still can't, like, I went in for a hug, bro. I was like, give me a hug, man. I know you've done all this amazing work.
Awesome. That was awesome for me to even know that you went and met him. I was like, oh shit, man, that's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, that was a nice highlight, man. Definitely a nice highlight. But yeah, that's it. I think that was the best part of ending my year, man. I mean, always thankful to family and friends that have always supported, people who have supported my artwork over the years as well. Followed me on this journey. I just found out. I originally thought it was 6 years, but it was 8 years ago, bro. 8 years ago, I started sketching on. I did traditional sketching, but I don't know if you can see this image.
It's a bit.
Yeah, you can't
see
it.
Bright.
Okay, it's a bit bright, but 8 years ago it looked like some basic to that Iron Man one. So I gotta say, with practice, with persistence, with focus, life is always gonna get in the way of everything. But you've got to do things that's gonna make you happy, man. You've got to be happy. You've got to be happy. You've got to be happy. You've got to be focused. Things are going to go all over the place. You have to manage it. You have to balance it. One of my things that I'm going to take on to the new year, which I used to do the year before, which I haven't done this year, is more mental awareness videos. Go live, talk to people, and give my time to other people as well. That's the main important thing. I've missed out a lot because I've been running around a lot. But next year should be a bit more calm and not calm. It's always going to be busy. I'm going to keep it busy. It's the only thing that keeps us going. To hear Dad retiring, I know it's in a different way. The guy deserves to rest. He's done his running, but that's the thing. His thing now is that he's scared that he's just going to wither away. But he won't. He'll keep himself occupied and busy. He'll always find something to do. I suppose that's something that's been instilled into us lot. Is that we keep moving forward and we keep doing things. So those are my highlights, 2019, man. I know it was a good one, man. But tell us, bro. Share with us.
All right, man. Let me go through mine. Let me get my Instagram up. But yeah, just touching on some of the things is crossing. Like Alara was a highlight for me, my niece. It was so great to meet her in March when I came down. That was definitely amazing. I moved to Singapore. I did move at the end of 2018, but I finally settled down in Singapore in 2019. I got my apartment, get it all set up, and finally made Singapore home after living in 4 years in Hong Kong. Hong Kong was amazing, but I was changing as a person in a bad way, so I had to move away from Hong Kong and then move into Singapore and definitely settling down here and changing back to how I was, which is more of a positive person. The environment here is a lot more friendlier and positive, so I'm getting back to that person, which was a great highlight for me. So just coming here, again, it's always nerve-wracking, man. You saw how it was to just move from fucking Tottenham to just down the road, right? From Hong Kong to Singapore was tough, but one thing I learned is everything just happens. It works out.
Exactly, yeah. It does.
I remember trying to convince mum and dad that don't worry, I'll be okay when I first moved from London to Hong Kong. I fucking had no idea I was gonna be okay, but it just works out. So same with Singapore, it just worked out. Found my apartment, found my place, work, where I'm gonna train, blah blah blah. So that was cool, and now I'm in a much more positive place. But one thing, I mean, Hong Kong taught me a lot while I was there. About how I want to treat people and how I want to help people and stuff like that in the future. I don't want to finish off my life in this corporate world and just have a one frame of mind. I want to finish off my life helping people. So it's helped me with my future. And then Singapore's definitely helped me. Being a year here now has definitely made me realize how valuable family and loved ones are. Because I'm here alone. Singapore's a great place, but I'm here. Sometimes it feels like, because I'm here alone, it feels like in a city of 1 million people, I'm alone on an island. You know, that's how lonely things can get out here. So it's made me value more about being with loved ones and you know, spending that time with loved ones. So, you know, I definitely plotted in my head when I'll be back in London. So one day,
that's cool, bro.
I'll be back in London. So yeah, settling down in Singapore was great. The gym I'm training at, you know, for me, martial arts is a big part of my life. I love it. I love training martial arts, and I love just being a part of great gyms with amazing teachers, in high level sort of teachers. So epic as well. Evolve MMA, high level. What do you call it? Mixed martial artists and martial artists from all sort of disciplines fighting in the 1FC. Alex Silva, who was a 1FC ex-champion, and I think he's got a title shot coming back. Amazing guy. Training with amazing Muay Thai coaches. Misha Tate, you know, is an MMA legend, female legend, and she takes the MMA class, meeting the MMA coach Eddie and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. Everyone, it's just such a great environment. I can't believe I'm in such a great gym just learning from these masters. So that's my favorite thing in Singapore right now. After being in Singapore for a year and, like, you know, this is life now, so the excitement's kind of run off. My favorite thing about Singapore is that gym. Unfortunately, I'm injured now, so I can't freaking train, but just love being there. And again, it's the coaches. Reason why they're great is the encouragement they give, man. Like the best thing to help me is a mental thing. So the moment your coach is giving you encouragement, man, that freaking helps me a lot. So yeah, definitely. So that's my favorite thing. Singapore, settling down. March, obviously the Shazam premiere. My first time I was at a premiere, and I met, you know, Mark Strong and Zachary Levy, whatever his name is. But that was awesome. Mark Strong was quite awesome because, you know, just meeting him. So that was epic. What did we go through? What else? Exploring Singapore was amazing. I mentioned Misha Tate. Avengers Endgame, we done a therapy session. You know, we'll go through that more in the movies and whatnot in our movie highlights. But that was freaking awesome. Definitely a fucking highlight. Fucking hell. Traveling, you know, I got a chance to go to a few places which were beautiful, like Indonesia. Just seeing beautiful landscapes and like temples and amazing sunrises and sunsets. Like one of the best sunsets I've ever seen. Just with a beautiful view in Indonesia, Yogyakarta. Absolutely beautiful. Seeing a live volcano. These are things that are going to ingrain in my head, man. Memories, man. Like that's the one thing I value with social media, because at least it's there on my Instagram and I can always go back. So that was beautiful. Traveling. Meeting UFC superstars, man. Like I said, training with Misha Tate. I met Damian Maia, who's awesome. I met Ben Askren, who's awesome. So, you know, in my world, these are like superstars, man. Like, you know, geeking out. It's meeting them guys. It's freaking awesome. What else? Fucking the Singapore F1. Right, that was cool. The F1 was cool. Hans Zimmer, like listening to Hans Zimmer's music live. Fucking amazing. And then Red Hot Chili Peppers as well. That was amazing. And then, you know, Lighthouse Family got a little bit of that as well. So that was sick. Classic, so that what a great highlight. I would definitely see Hans Zimmer again. I think I can see him every year. Definitely something I can see every year. More travel to Thailand. Finally accomplished one of my goals, was to train Muay Thai in Thailand. I wish I could do that more, but I mean, as I'm in Asia, I want to travel around. I don't want to just keep going to one place, but just to train Muay Thai in Thailand. And the gym I trained in was amazing. My coach, Jefferson Barbosa in Hong Kong recommended this because I said to him, I want a real gym. I don't want to go to a luxury gym. I have luxury gyms here. I just want to go to a real gym. So I went to a real ghetto kind of gym. There was chickens running around. The ring was falling apart. But the training was amazing. But just I was so inspired by these kids and their living environment, and these kids are fighters. They're fighters in life, and they're fighters in hand-to-hand combat in Muay Thai. And that was so inspiring. That helped me realize more how I want to finish off the rest of my life, not in this corporate world, which I'm doing now, which is fine. We're both using each other right now, but I have to finish it in a way where I'm helping people. So those kids inspired me, and also inspired me in the sense that they were so humble. Young kids easily could have beat the ever-loving shit out of me, but they know, like, they could beat the shit out of me. But just being such young kids and being able to control their technique, and it made me realize, man, when I'm training in these luxury gyms, I'm training with a lot of insecurities and egos and shit like that. But these young real fighters made me realize, they got nothing to prove. That's why they're not gonna try and beat the shit out of me, because they do it all life. So that was very inspiring. That's such a goal. I'm so happy I accomplished that, which is amazing. Traveling to Cambodia, which was freaking another goal that I wanted to. It was another place that I had to tick off. Cambodia was amazing. Angkor Wat. Again, it was just history in front of me. Man, Siri, shut the fuck up, man. Why is Siri coming up on my screen? So that was history. That was amazing. Made me not question, but rethink history. Like I said, when I'm looking at these statues that were built, I think it was in the 1300 BC or whatever it's called. I don't know. But it's got all. It's the facial features were African features, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, because I know in Mexico they have similar sort of things, so it just makes me rethink history that we've learned. Not that I've done any deep research, and I wish I would do it, but it's great to kind of see these things. Then going back to Japan, I love Japan. Just exploring Japan again, meeting George because he moved out there, so it was always good to see him. Love Japan as a culture, as a place, and visited different places of Japan. Got to see Donnie Yen, not face to face, unfortunately, not like hugging like you guys did, but I saw him, which is epic. I love the guy, I love his movies, such an epic dude. So that was sick, Donnie Yen. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. Was there anything else? I'm trying to think. Joker, the movies. We're going to movie stuff later. I'm trying to stay away from movies and whatnot. I've experienced my first Singapore Comic Con, which was great. It's good to keep that geeky shit alive. And I'm glad we're just still doing this podcast, man. It's still a highlight that we're going through this every week, and I've done it from multiple different countries. This is something that, Alara can look at, and hopefully if I have kids one day that they, I always think about this, Granddad, I wish we always stuck a camera in front of him, but we never asked him about stories. He just spoke on a camera like, how are you? I'm okay today, blah, blah, blah. But I wish someone sat down and said, hey, like, tell us some stories about your past, your war histories. And it's amazing. So this podcast, for example, is going to be out there forever. And one day, Alara can look back and say, oh, that was Uncle G and Dad. That's how they spoke. And my kids, hopefully, and, sometimes we say fucked up shit, like I shouldn't swear, but, sorry about that, Alara.
They're going to learn later on. Yeah, exactly. They'll learn
that language. But it's amazing that they could just see us and like, oh, shit, that was
so
them.
it's part of our history on here, isn't it? It's our legacy. That's all I remember from that protecting service. My legacy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's all about legacy. Now, for me, like where people keep saying, money, what you have, this and that, it don't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
It don't mean shit to me. Yes, I need the money to survive and do the rest of it, and I'll do that. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm gonna cater for my family. You know what I mean? Do as much as I can, but it's not the root to my evils. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And again, I've learned so much about that living out here by myself, like living in Hong Kong, just hanging around with rich people. Honestly, nothing wrong with them. It's freaking perfectly fine to be the way they are, the upbringing that they have. But it just made me realize, okay, well, I don't want to be like that. I could spend the rest of my life. I want to spend the future of my life helping people rather than helping myself more.
Exactly.
Money is cool, don't get me wrong, but I think I have enough. And my kids can expand. Like I always look at it this way. Granddad made that choice to join the army and fight, and then that transferred onto dad, and he took the family onto another level. And then we're doing our part to take the family to the next level. Now we can try and push to take it to the next level, but you know what? We're comfortable, and the family's doing good, and our kids can take it to the next level. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because we're on a. I feel like I'm on a level where I could help people. You know what I mean? Like when you're hustling and you're trying to help. Like when Granddad was hustling, had to join the army to help his family. When Dad hustled he's trying to help his family. He's put us in a position where I feel like, all right, well, I've helped my family up to this point, and then the rest of my life I could try and help people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it ultimately gets us to help people. But when you're hustling, you have to look out for yourself. I get that. You know what I mean? You can't really help. You can't really help other people before you help yourself.
Exactly.
But they put us on a level where I feel like, man, shit, I need to be helped. And that runs through my head every day when I'm at work. I'm doing my job. I'm at this office job, blah, 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 whatever. I'm helping rich corporations get richer. I'm helping myself get richer and rich salespeople get richer. I'm like, cool, this is now. I keep telling myself, this is temporary. This is temporary. Eventually, you're going to be helping people who really need to be helped. And I think that will mean so much more in life than I am. So, it's been, this year just keeps adding to that thought and to my dream and whatnot. So, it's been, I hope next year I'm keep talking about it. And I've got a plan. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but I know by that age that I'm already thinking, I'm a set in stone. So I'm already plotting things in my head. So, man, Asia's been a great experience for me. And this year has definitely helped me learn a lot more as well. So, yeah, man, anything else? I think that was it. I think that's some of my highlights,
that's
man.
the highlights,
Cambodia, I mentioned Cambodia, and I think with Cambodia, especially the genocide history, again, is just a very touching thing about how human beings can be. And it's just like, all right, how do we avoid... Well, we can't avoid genocide. Fucking there's crazy dictators and people who get crazy and shit. And this year has been a bit crazy, especially with the UK and the politics. And it's been a year of people dividing. India's going through shit now. They don't want Muslims in the country. Britain went through what they're going through. Other countries are going through. I don't know why we're at this stage as a human race where we're like, oh, we don't want to be with these people. These people need to leave our country, and we should be coming together. All these countries should be coming,
like fashion,
welcoming
bro.
people.
It's like fashion.
But yeah, exactly.
It just comes back
so
again.
Hopefully we move forward.
We will move forward, but fashion always brings back stuff, innit? The same thing with the movie world. It brings back stuff. So that's why. Because there's fucking idiots in the world, but it is what it is. Just people won't. It's a hard subject, man. It's a hard subject because people, when you talk about realism.
Sorry, scratching my bum.
Nobody wants to accept it, and it's a shame because we were never raised up to see color or religion or your traditions. We were just grown up to seeing people. We're one. We're one. We've always been one, but you can have opinions and...
I tell you what.
Yeah.
I just sorry to cut you, but I'm so... and I really believe that this has a big impact on where we grew up in Tottenham. If Dad didn't make that choice, again, just going back, if he didn't make that choice to buy a house in Tottenham, where all the other Bengalis were buying in King's Cross and whatever Bengali area, if he didn't make that choice to live in Tottenham, again, we wouldn't have the mind frame that we're having now. We wouldn't. You know what I mean? It's all a chain reaction. I always think about this. Like, it's all I have faith in God, and it leads to where it's supposed to lead to. And man, if we didn't grow up in Tottenham, and I know Tottenham was a bad area, it's still a bad area. It's always been that, the hood, right? But man, we just grew up with such a multicultural mentality where, our friends weren't all Bengali. Our friends weren't all Muslim. So that's why we have this mentality of like, oh, I don't see color, I don't see religion, because we grew up with that. But I swear to you, man, I honestly believe if Dad chose to, okay, I'm going to stick with all the Bengalis and buy a house in King's Cross, I do not think our life will be where it is now, right? God knows where it'll be better or not, but I think our mind frames will be a lot more narrow, religiously
You're right.
and culturally as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying sometimes I feel bad that I've lost a bit of my culture because Bangladesh. There's a lot of beautiful things culturally about it, but I don't know much. I don't know, but I think it's more. It's a bit bad to say, but I do think it's more important to have, how do I put it, accept everyone.
No, of course. It's not bad, bro. It's not bad.
But yeah,
anyway.
I mean, no. Sorry, yeah, you were saying, go on, carry on. Sorry,
let's not leave it on a dull note, bro. Let's get onto the movies, bro. Best movies.
Yeah.
All movies are great. That's one thing I'm going to put out there. This is just our favourites, our opinions, our views. I'm not telling nobody to agree with it. It causes far too much trouble. These are my favourite movies. Go for it, G-Man.
Alright, I'll do top 3, right? And then the rest of them are just favourites. I'm not going to do like, 9, 10, 8, 7, 6. But top 3 for me this year has to be, maybe not specific order, but maybe I'll just put number 1. I think Joker for me was number 1. Greatest movie for this year. I think that was an instant classic movie. Did not expect it to give me that kind of impact. Joaquin Phoenix smashed his performance. And it was so good I couldn't see it multiple times because I like, it sounds weird, but it was so fucking dark and it reached a point of mental health and the Joker and all that sort of stuff. It was like, oh man, I can't watch it 7 times like I watch Endgames, for example.
Yeah.
But I think like, again, you type in next year, you type in best movies of all time, Joker will be in the top 10, no doubt about it. So I think I'm gonna put that number 1. Number 2 has to be Endgames. The emotions that put me through. If a movie's gonna put me through so much emotions and make me cry 7 fucking times throughout the film, then, and I've watched it 7 bloody times, that has to be number 2. That has to be, for me, number 2. So I put those. I'll just say 1 and 2. I can't put number 3 after that. But just highlights of other movies that I enjoyed this year, man. I'm just going through a quick list, man. Shazam, I enjoyed that. For me, I always said that was the Dark Knight. The dark horse of the DC world. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I went to the premiere, but a lot of people came out. A lot of people who I know don't like DC movies came out and saying, "Oh, I like Shazam," just because it was a bit more brighter and fun.
I'm gonna say that's one of my honorable mentions. I'm gonna call it honorable mentions. It's Shazam.
Honorable mentions, yeah. Terminator, Dark Fate. I know the Terminator franchise was losing, but I thought this one bring it back, and I was on the edge of my seat because it gave me that chase moment, and I was like, man, this brought back Terminator for me, man, brilliant. I enjoyed that, man. Godzilla, honorable mentions. I mean, I'm looking forward to Godzilla and King Kong getting together, so that keeps me excited about that. So I like that. Aladdin was cool. Dark Phoenix was basic, but I'm happy that. We didn't even mention the highlights of Disney finally buying Marvel back. That's a fucking highlight.
Oh man, I forgot.
Fox. That was a fucking highlight.
Fuck us.
What else? Alita was good. Fast and Furious with Hobbs and Shaw was okay. What else was good? Lion King, seeing that was great on the big screen. I still felt they didn't capture. It's an honourable moment, but I didn't think they captured too much emotions. Uncut Gems, I'm gonna watch that. John Wick, is in there. Like I said, I can't put no order. That fucking love that movie. Jumanji, that was funny.
I'm gonna go catch that on Monday, so I'm gonna go watch that.
Jumanji was funny as hell, man. The Rock and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart cracks me up, and those two relationship is amazing. I love it. Captain Marvel, just being a comic book fan, it was awesome. I didn't really watch that multiple times as I would have. I think for me it felt like a filler movie, but it was great to see her character. And there's all these tweets about her and War Machine. What's his name?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. They're doing these little secret tweets, and in the comic books, them two get together, right? Captain Marvel. There could be something there. That's quite awesome. The Irishman, brilliant movie, great. Epic, actually. That's definitely in there somewhere. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci on the screen. Fucking hell, Martin Scorsese. Come on, that's instant classic movie.
Yeah.
I don't, Joe. Like, I don't even know if I spoke about it when I watched the movie, but maybe I forgot to mention Joe Pesci was absolutely amazing in that movie. I know the rest of them were great, but Joe Pesci's performance was like probably the best. You know, when I was thinking about it, I'm like,
Yeah.
actually, Joe Pesci smashed that movie. He was the best performance for me in that movie. Coming to think about it after I
Yeah.
watched it. Normally in these gangster movies, he's the short-faced one and stabbing up, killing up people. In this one, he was the boss, man, and he played the boss brilliant. So
Awesome.
brilliant movie. That was top one. Spider-Man, Far From Home, again, wicked. Mysterio. In that, you know, obviously it was sad to see him come out of the Marvel universe and then come back in it. So that was a bit
Oh yeah,
roller coaster
that was
emotionally.
another highlight. That's another
Yeah,
highlight. Yeah.
that was a emotional roller coaster. But again, great to have him in there, and you know, just having Nick Fury in there, and you know, there's rumors of obviously they'll be making the new Spider-Man 3, and there's rumors of Daredevil being his lawyer based on what happened at the end of this movie. So you know, loads of amazing things that they can do with it. So that was another great one. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was another great one from Tarantino. Anything from Tarantino is always gold, and you're always, for me with Tarantino movies, a lot of people find them boring, but for me, it's all about dialogue. I love listening to the dialogue because Tarantino movies, like the way they talk to each other, is just, that's what I look forward to more than action. More than action, really.
No,
Toy Story 4, again, that was emotional seeing that movie. So that was definitely there. And then Star Wars was we done a therapy session on that, and that was an end of a 40 years of stories. So that was amazing as well. So that was definitely in there too, man. So, you know, again, top movie, Joker. Number 2 has to be Endgame, and the rest of them are all in there, man. In the top 10, honorable mentions, all that sort of stuff.
no, I think.
I'm trying to think, was there anything else on Netflix or anything else I saw that was amazing? TV shows, real quick. The Mandalorian, for sure.
Boom, boom.
In there. Fucking brilliant show. Game of Thrones finished. Oh, you know, this year was the end. This 2019 was the end of everything. Fucking Endgames, Marvel. You got Star Wars and Game of Thrones. Yip Man. Yip Man was another movie. Another franchise ended. It was the end of everything, man. What other shows were there, man? Mandalorian's great. Game of Thrones was okay, but it was still good to finish off. What else did we watch, bro? I can't remember shows.
Sure, I can't remember. To be honest, Mandalorian's been my favourite one this year. The Witcher has been good as well, but it's not. I don't know, man. Some TV shows that just don't capture me. Like, it's a good watch, but if I'm basically, like you were saying last time, if I'm doing something, like say, like if I'm sketching and I'm not concentrating on it, it's just a background filler. Not in a bad way. There's some episodes that will catch me, but The Mandalorian, bro, I sit there with a cup of tea, nothing in front of me, and just watch it. You know what I mean? I get involved in it, but I'll give you I've got a top 5 for this year, and we did the honorable mentions for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Irishman, a couple of other movies. But I've actually got a top 5. I haven't been much to the cinema this year, being a dad and all. Sorry, man. Have to readjust the Willos. I'm a sat on my bolic there. I've got some. I haven't been to the cinema much, being a dad. I have to be specific on what I picked, but what I have picked is a handful of movies that are probably some really good classical movies. I mean, look, as you said, we've picked 2 movies which are already on there. Joker is my number 1 movie. Joker's my number 1 movie. Actually, no, sorry. That changed, bro. Sorry, man. Joker changed. Sorry. That went to number 2. Alright, let's go down. Number 5, Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler. What a fucking movie that was.
I'm going to watch that this
Okay,
weekend.
so I'm not going to say nothing. It's on Netflix. It's on Flex. Go watch it. Adam Sandler. I always loved him when he didn't do comedy. Like, I love his comedies. I know a lot of people hate them, and he's a funny guy, man. He makes funny movies.
I love him.
He likes to make people laugh. Nothing wrong with that. But when he does something serious, like, remember that movie he did called Rain on Me with Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
Fucking wicked film. That was another one of my favourite films of his. And then he's done great movies. I mean, Zohan, for me, is still one of my favourite Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems is a fucking roller coaster ride of a movie. That's all I'm saying. Go enjoy that. The second,
I will watch that this weekend.
Second movie, so number 4 is going to be Knives Out. So it's a murder mystery movie. Daniel
Okay.
Craig, Chris Evans, so many people in this. Jamie Lee Curtis, fucking wicked. Ryan Johnson really directed a very fun uh, murder mystery movie, and Christopher Plummer is in it as well. So it's got a great cast, and it's just that look, we've got all of these big budget movies that come out, which I love to bits, but these movies they stand out for me. That was one of my favorites. So that's number 4. Number 3 is Avengers Endgame. Now, it is number 1, always going to be number 1 in my heart. But as a movie watcher and something that grabs my attention, I don't know. It's there. It'll always be there. I fucking love the Marvel universe. I thrive on it. It comes out of my blood. You know what I mean? It comes out on piece of paper. I draw it. It's my thing. Number 2 is the Joker. Now, Joaquin Phoenix absolutely smashed it. I don't think they could have got anybody else to play that role the way he played it. Great direction, great scenery, great cinematography. You know, that's going to be in the top 100 movies, you know what I mean, in years to come. It still is. It is one of them, you know what I mean? My number 1 movie, where's it gone? Is a very unusual one, bro. This one crept out at me at the last minute, and I went to the cinema the other day. Don't tell wifey. Wifey, don't watch this podcast. Sneaked out, blurted to the cinema, and it was a movie called Jojo Rabbit, directed by Takiki Watakiki. I can't even say his name. Tika Watakiki.
Jojo Rabbit. Which one's that one?
That's with Taika Waititi, Scarlett Johansson, Roman Grievous Davis, Sam Rockwell. It's got an amazing cast in it, bro. It is a really good movie, and it's about the Second World War. It's about this kid. It's just a delightful, different type of movie, man. And I think as I'm growing older and the type of movies that I'm watching and having something like really that grabs your attention, he is an amazing director. So he did the last episode of The Mandalorian. He absolutely smashed Thor Ragnarok. I think his visuals, his dialogue is amazing. He's stunning at what he does, and he's becoming one of my favourite directors. Now, if you get the chance to, man, I think it's on Plex as well. Uncut Gems and Jojo Rabbit, watch them. You're going to thoroughly enjoy them. Jojo Rabbit is more of like a comedy serious thing, and Uncut Gems is fucking roller coaster ride of emotions. I'm
actually gonna write these down because I end up forgetting, because I know that Knives Out one is also there as well.
Yeah, bro, watch that as well.
On Plex.
But that's my movies for 2019, man. Like they've come and gone. You know, Star Wars just went. I'm gonna go catch Jumanji on Monday. I'm gonna go catch Ip Man this week as well. But it's just, oh man, time has changed and it's got dark out there, man.
I was gonna say, what time is it for you? Because over here it's past midnight, and I'm like, it's 8 hours. 8 hours different, and it's so dark out there for you.
The sun comes down at 4 o'clock, bro.
Damn. So what was that called? Jojo Games?
Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, Rabbit, basic. Alright, I'm gonna check these out. I haven't seen those 3. Oh man, yeah, I mean, it's been, like I said, I think this year was the year of endings.
Yeah.
Closure. Finishing things.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of closure on series that's been going on for many years. Star Wars obviously being the longest, but I think Marvel Endgame's being the most closest. Since we kind of lived that in the last 10 years. But man, like, you know, with a lot of movies to come forward, keep us entertained in the coming years, especially with the Marvel. And I do love independent movies, because when you find a good, you know, movie, like for example Dynamite, I didn't mention that one, but just to see Eddie Murphy back in it, in his element, it was amazing, because he's such a legend.
He is. He's nominated for an Oscar, man. So I hope he gets it, because it was a good film.
And I was watching an interview. You know, he was supposed to be originally in Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd, or the directors, wanted him to be the black guy in Ghostbusters. Now, first of all, how jokes would that be? Because his humor is the best, right? Yeah. So that would have been amazing. But then secondly, he said he had to turn it down because he was doing Beverly Hills Cop, so it wasn't like he turned it down. But the one he said, I'm going into one, but the one he said that he regretted, that was a big hit. What was it? Oh, Roger Rabbit. You know, he was supposed to be in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Did you know that? And he was like, that's some bullshit. And then
Because animation and shit.
And he was like, oh, goddamn, that's fucking awesome. So I remember him talking about. But anyway, 2019, man, I think for movies was one of the best years. I mean, again, I think Endgames and Joker, from a comic book perspective, because I'm so moist over that shit, Endgames and Joker really, really stepped up the game with comic book movies and movies in general. And, you know, again, seeing De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci in a Scorsese movie is an epic movie as well, in The Irishman. So it's been a great year, man. I think maybe they intentionally did that because, you know, next year is going to be 2020, just starting off a new nice round number. I don't know, but it's been epic, man. Shit, it's been an epic year. Disney Plus is out. Netflix is throwing money left, right, and center to get content out. So many other streaming services. The Boys was this year as TV shows. I know we didn't go through this, but yeah, man. Shit. A lot more to come, a lot more to geek out about. That's what I love about this thing, because we got something to geek out about every week, and at least that keeps our conversations going, man, and keeping this podcast going forever.
Could you imagine, like, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have got news like the way we get now, you know what I mean? And it's nice to share our thoughts to people as well. I've got 3 years almost of podcasts, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? The great thing is, one, we kept on going at. Two, it's growing slowly. And we're nobodies, man, and it's growing slowly. You know what I mean? And through the podcast, so much amazing things happen. Like, hence, you meeting Kevin Smith. Hence, you going to these premiere of Shazam and your name being on Aquaman. This is all through us just talking through this podcast. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's not about getting... I mean, yeah, if we got millions of views, that's great. But so much positive shit has come from just this. And, you know, like, Rogan's one of my favorite podcasts, and he just posted something the other day. He's like, shit, I started my podcast 10 years ago. He started his one, right? And this is Joe Rogan. He's already famous and whatnot, but he started this 10 years ago. And 10 years later, he's got the best podcast out there. 6 million subscribers, blah, blah, blah. And that could be us in 10 years. Well, not that as big as that, but I'm just talking on the scale for us. Still geeking out, sharing, and it's amazing. So much positive shit has come from this podcast. And, like, the amount of people you've met and all that sort of stuff.
Of course. Bro, listen. An idea is a disease. It's a resilient disease. It's from Inception, this line. I remember Cobb saying it, Leonardo DiCaprio saying, you know, to plant a seed of an idea in somebody's head or yourself when you're continuously saying it, that's going to spread across you, bro. That shit is cancerous, bro. That idea is just going to fucking take over everything, you know what I mean? But it's the law of attraction, having faith in what you do, believe in what you do. And, you know, opportunities, they just don't come. You've got to, if they will come, like, you know, but you got to make that opportunity, but you've got to open that door, and you can do what you can. You do what you can, innit? You don't let the opportunity go. If you can't do it, you can't do it. But go for it. What is there to lose? What is there to lose?
At least you can say you tried. At least you can say you tried. And
you keep trying.
That law of attraction thing, you know, a friend of mine was making me watch that on Netflix. There was a show there. I know there's a book about it. You know, yes, it's true in some sense. You have to visualize something, but you have to work hard towards it. You can't just be like, I visualize it. It's going to come true. No, that shit don't come. You have to work fucking hard towards it.
Exactly.
Or make an effort towards it.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, shit, man. I still can't express, like, some of the shit that's come out of this podcast, you know? Like, Kevin Smith, bro. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, bro. I can't even explain it. And, yeah, I don't know, man. You got to work towards it. I'm trained, like, this hasn't come from the podcast, but just in general in life, bro. I'm training with Misha Tate. It's crazy, man. Like, you know. It's kind of weird. It's weird. It's crazy, man. I see some of the greatest fighters, Demetrius Johnson, training in the gym, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I? It's weird, man. I'm in, you know, shit. I think if we just keep moving with our attitudes, try and work hard.
I'm grateful, and I'm always going to work hard. I know that. And that's coming from dad and granddad anyway. So I'm always going to work hard. It's never going to be, you know, I accepted the fact that, you know, once, like, I took that element of, why am I chasing this shit fucking money for?
Money, yeah. That was the problem.
Why do I keep chasing it? Why do I feel like all of these get-rich schemes are going to get me somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it weren't getting me nowhere, bro. It weren't getting
No.
me no attention. It weren't getting me no, you know, connections. It was only making things worse for myself. I realized that losing that connection from money will. I didn't know it was going to change my reality the way it did, and now.
Yeah, man. And it brought you money. Money comes now. Like it's coming, right? Better than it ever was before.
Yeah, exactly. So, house, family, beautiful family, my family. You know what I mean? We still hear health. That's what I pray for every day now, man. It's health, good health to my friends and family, good health to the world, good health to people's mental health. It's the mind, man. It plays tricks on you, and I pray that not just for myself and my families, but everybody else out there as well, because that shit can fuck you up, and that's the main thing. Keep focused, bro. Keep the world focused as well, you know what I mean? And your end goals, whether you reach them or not, you tried. There's always other ways and other things to do to be happy, you know what I mean? Bust a nut always makes you happy. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's so wrong. So wrong. So wrong.
No, it's not. It's not. Sometimes it helps with the decision. Rogan's got this bit that he always talks about. It's like, especially if before you want to message your ex or something like that, when you know you shouldn't, it's like just bust a nut first, and then you won't. That will help you with your decision. It's something proper joke. So it's true. It's true. I can't remember what he called, but he's literally saying bust a nut before you make the decision. It will help you. So do it.
Aye, bro.
One of the guys I missed.
I know.
Robocop gets shot in the toy.
Just
getting
about to
shot
say
in the
that.
dick.
All right, so one of the best, another highlight that we both forgot to say is, I'm the guy who causes a lot of controversy in the WhatsApp groups, and I don't like being in WhatsApp group, but I'm in a group for the cinema group. We don't actually go to the cinema together. We all go separately anyway, but we cuss each other a lot. But not like in a bad way. We've been friends for many years now. But it's a group, we call it the Gilman Club now, where we just abuse each other. And I basically abuse my best friend, Yakub. I don't abuse him, I just take the piss. I think he knows, but he gets wiped up. Like, he gives them long-ass text messages you don't want to read. I always tell him, bro, I'm not reading your long-ass text message, bro. That's just long. The only reason why I go on the phone is a quick scroll and come off it. But I was cussing him, and I got abused for being the guy who got shot in the dick from Robocop. And there's an actual toy, bro. So I found it, but they're out of stock. But it's one
I follow one of my friends on Facebook I used to train with, and he always has these funny things on. And he had that, and I had to share that with you boys. But when I saw that, I couldn't stop laughing, because I'm like, first of all, when you watch the Robocop, the guy gets shot in the dick. Like, it's nothing. But the fact that someone's made a figurine out of it, and the toy is called Remember the Guy Who Got Shot in the Dick by Robocop, and he's just there with his hand over his balls and a red paint stain over the balls. Oh, man, it's the funniest shit ever.
Let me find an
and just laughing about the fact that guy must have been in so much pain. Because remember, Robocop's gun wasn't a one-shot gun.
No, it was like a triple. Yeah.
It was automatic. So the 3 bullets probably went into his dick. Oh my god, that guy was in pain.
It's the image they've used on there as well, bro.
The toy should have had him on his knees.
No, but he wasn't on his knees. He got shot. He was still standing. It was like, But it's the image they've got on there. Remember when Robocop shot that dude in the dick? And it's not even that. It's the small print that makes me laugh on top of the toy. It goes, that dude who was shot in the dick, action figure. And the thing is, bro, have you seen the detail on his face?
Someone produced this figure. Someone like pitched this to the manufacturing company or whatever and said, I want you to build this. It'll be a hot seller.
I don't think it's sold. No, it did, because it's sold out on the website, bro. The first thing I did is go check this out, bro, because I want it. I need this in my collection.
That's what I'm saying. There's weird people like us that'll go out and buy it. So we need this part of the collection.
I love it. The small
man,
print jokes, bro.
There's a market for anything, man, in the world. There's a market for anything.
Yeah.
If there's a market for a figure of the guy who got shot in the dick by Robocop, there's a market for anything in this world.
And it's sold out, bro. Fucking pissed.
Fucking hell, that's hilarious.
Dude,
So last week, the way we cracked up about that, I'm not joking. I haven't laughed like that in months because I don't have that sort of, that fucked up sense of humor to crack up about with people, right? And Nikki was there, my friend was there, and she was asleep, and she said, I heard you laughing, and your laugh, the way you were laughing and so happy about whatever you guys were laughing at, made me laugh, made me wake up from my sleep and laugh as well. Would you look like it brought so much joy for that moment just to laugh about that fucking figure?
Nah, bro. It's the best thing in the world, bro. Best thing. That is such a good image as well. Such a good image. I fucking love it. I'm gonna get that. When I do get it, I'm gonna buy it. One for you and Ash. I think we both need that. All of us in our own collection, and that will go. Like in Bengali people's houses when they have the showcase, it has to go in one of those, bro. Yeah, that dude that got shot in the dick.
Oh my goodness, that's the best thing ever, man. What a great highlight, man.
Yeah, 2019, bro. 2019. Oh, but no, honestly, it's been an awesome one. And I'm happy that we continue to do the podcasts and do our therapy sessions. I want to do more therapy sessions in the new year. I think it's something that needs to be more done. Excuse me. But alright, bro, man, it's getting late on your side. I've still got some work to do. So, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for always... excuse me. I'm eating bear junk. Massive thank you for you guys joining us on the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. Guys, make sure you click on that like button, share, comment. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your top 5 movies of this year as well. Comment below. Comment. Guys, again, follow us on our journey. Gilman187 on Instagram, Qibla Ahmed Art on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. And I can't thank you guys enough, man. You've made the channel grow. And I'm not asking for thousands and thousands, and as we said before, it was just me and my brother geeking out. I get to catch up with him because he lives abroad, miles and miles away across the world. So that's the main part of it, man. But G-Man, always thankful for always joining, bro, man. That's the main thing. And get your ass back to London, bro.
It's happening. It's planned. So again, visualized, and I'm working on it. I've got a couple goals that final goals I need to achieve, and then making my way back. So yeah, man. But yeah, listen, man. Shit, we'll speak on New Year's anyway. I'm probably not going to do nothing this year. I'm not really into that stuff too much, but we'll speak then. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah,
it is just another day. However, people like to set goals and whatnot. Make sure you set your goals and try and achieve them. It's a nice positive thing that people do. I want to set a goal this year. I want to do this. I want to do that. Not many people stick to them, but fuck it. At least set your goals and try and achieve them. So Happy New Year to everyone. Wishing everyone a blessed year ahead.
No, definite, man. All right, cool, awesome. Take care, guys. One love. Peace.